love everything that you've shared with us today, and there are some really great nuggets in there that I do hope that our entrepreneurs and professionals will really take to heart. I have one last question for you, though. If you could send one message to fellow entrepreneurs who are watching this, perhaps the same ones who are feeling burnt out or working on autopilot, what would that message be?
I was speaking to two young men at a corporate function recently, and they
Right.
were doing confectionery. They were doing the cotton candy, and they also had their brand of coconut water. And one of them asked me if I was doing photography full time, and I said, yes, I'm doing it full time. They say, wow, what you do to do this full time? I said, listen, first of all, at this point in time, you have to niche. You have to find your lane, and if you have to have a burning passion in that lane and make a plan to stick with it. You have to have certain tenets of business and understanding of business in order to make it something that is sustainable. So if they're doing coconut water, brand your coconut water, you had to put your foot down to the metal and move around to the different places that sell coconut water, whether it be pharmacies or groceries, or find high traffic places where you can sell your coconut water.
Yes.
And aside from that, you had to have a shtick. You had to have something about you and your presentation that brings attention. I said, what I do with my photography, I bring attention to myself. So when you hear, hey, all you watch me. Don't watch the people with them phone. Watch me because I take your picture. Oh, hold it, wait, right here. And look. I'm making sure that I bring attention to myself. So that I
Exactly.
am eyes on me to get my shots. I can't be taking pictures of you and your eyes to somebody with a phone like this. No, it's not gonna happen. I gonna bump you out, right? Because I need to do that. So this in the same way, they need to bring attention to themselves in whatever way, whether it's in social media, whether it's a shtick in terms of costuming, you have make a costume of a coconut and you walk around with as a coconut, whatever it takes to ensure that the eyes are on you in your niche, I think is necessary to do that. And aside from that, that's the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Is understanding business, about marketing, about contracts, about CARICOM and CSME, and if you could take it regionally, how can you scale? How can you think bigger? Also doing things where conferencing is concerned, going to conferences. What's the next big coconut water conference internationally? How they opening coconuts? What's the machinery that they're using to make it innovative, to make it an experience for people? And again, as I say, experience, how do you make an experience for people? You got to make an experience for people. So when people come into my studio, Elka Studios, with me and Camille, Elka Studio, Elliot and Camille. I had to make that plug, right? Yeah, when we when we come into my studio, it must have vibes. So is what music you like, what wine you're drinking, to make sure that you feel comfortable, and you have the waiting area, the makeup area, and you walk people through different poses, different expressions, what folding arms mean, what putting your hand by your mouth or beside your chin, what all those things mean and what they exude. People need to leave knowing that they learn something about the experience, learn something about themselves. So those are the things I would share for entrepreneurs from my perspective, from what I do as a performer. And even when I played music with Tree Canal, it's about what story you can tell to the audience, and making sure that the audience feels something when they see you on stage. And it's not just playing a song, but the song is a portal to something that happens in a part of their lives. So everybody's looking at somebody on the stage at some point in time. So I can't just shirk away and say I'm the drummer or I'm the keyboardist. No, I'm an entertainer, and at some point in time, they're not going to be looking at Tree Canal. They're going to be looking at the dancer. They're going to be looking at the drummer. They're going to look looking at the bassist. So you have to find a way to make people feel that experience, to make it wholesome and fulfilling to them once they come on your stage. Because all of this is stage work, you know. All of
Yes.
this is show business that we're doing right now. Even in corporate, you're making money, and you go to your audiences, whether internal or external, it's all show business. So it's all about making experiences for people and finding the business in the experience.
I love that. Thank you so very much for that, because a couple of things that you hit on that really resonated with me. You talk about it's the how. How do you do anything? You start with, well, you and I talked about this before. You start with why you're doing the thing, but then you go to the how you're doing it.
That's right.
And really understanding your craft. So very vital. Something else you said, creating experiences, whether it's just a one-on-one. We are having a one-on-one experience right here.
Woi.
Eh? And then when this is posted, people will have an experience with the two of us.
They
And
better.
well, yeah, I hope so. Huh? And then it's learning. Every
Yes.
time we engage with people, I remember I had a coach once, and she always said, when people leave you, they must have learned something. Leave them with that gift of learning. And you're doing that, when you talk to people, when you show them what a pose means, hand, chin, whether it's stretching those arms, both arms out wide, creating a triangle. What does that say? All of the hello. Oh gosh, you're giving me a Madonna there. Strike a pose.
Yeah. Vogue. Strike a pose.
And then most importantly, especially, I think in everything that we do, we want people to feel something, to come away having enjoyed that experience with us, coming away feeling, gosh, I didn't even realize, where did the time go? Right? And so
Correct.
to me, that is a hallmark of how we can help people to feel better, to connect with
Correct.
themselves, to connect with others, giving them delicate cues. Sometimes it might be a tap on the head, sometimes, not all the time, not all the time. But yeah, it's making sure that folks leave us feeling empowered to do something bigger, better, and that knowing that they are greater than they can ever imagine. To me, that's powerful. So, Elliot, OMG, my friend, as we say all the time, family.
Family.
Elliot, thank you so much for openly sharing with us today. Your words are really, really a powerful reminder that while we chase our dreams, because we started off with dreams, that we don't forget to be present, to take care of ourselves, to be in that space where we can love, we can share with our fellow man, because we're all here for a time, and we've been given the grace to make a difference in the lives of others. So, Elliot, before we ride out though, please do tell, because I already told you, you are going to be doing my headshot. So for those listening and
I will.
Yeah. For those who want to get that amazing experience, and folks, if you haven't seen Elliot's pics, you can find him too on LinkedIn, but I'll let him tell you. Elliot, tell the people,
Oh boy.
where can they find you?
Well, definitely you'll find me on all the social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, not so much. Instagram, mainly I post stuff on Instagram at Elliot.Francois.photography. If you look, well, once you see Elliot Francois Photography, you're gonna pop up. And you'll see me. You'll see a picture of me. But LinkedIn has been a game changer for me. So you'll definitely find me on LinkedIn. In terms of me honing my craft on as a photographer, as a headshot photographer, LinkedIn has been a blessing in terms of the positivity and the engagement and the business, you know. So definitely look out for me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay, what about email? Do you entertain email messages?
Email, of course, Elliot Francois Photography at gmail.com.
And is that PHOTO or
Oh,
FO?
and it's Elliot Francois, FOTOGRAPHY. I created that different spelling. I was messing around when I started off with this whole thing. I was messing around with crossword puzzles
Okay,
as the logo, and I was trying to see how best to find a way for the F's to intersect, and that's how that FOTO came about. Uh,
right.
it was happenstance, but it worked because it's different. Even though that's how the Spanish spell fotografía with a F,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yes.
I just liked how it fit, and it creates conversation. Like people automatically, why is it? So
Why did
by
you
the
use
F,
that?
so obviously I have to start talking to you, or you had to start talking to me, as opposed to Elliot Francois, normal spelling. Okay, moving on. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, and it works. I think it works really well, especially, and you're right with the two F's, so Francois and photography.
That's
It's
right.
just beautiful alignment. So, Elliot, thank you again. I love this conversation. I hope that sometime in the future, guys, Elliot, should I tell him about your
Oh, sure, of
upcoming?
course, of
Yes, so
course, of
guys,
course.
Elliot will be, we're fingers crossed, before the end of this year, Elliot is
Definitely
going to
before the end of the
be
year.
launching his podcast. So we are here, our Thrivers will be looking out for you, listening out. Just shoot us something, come back in, let us know all about the podcast, because there's so much work to be done, Elliot. And this has really been a joy. This conversation has been a joy, and I learned a lot from you. Well, guys, this brings us to the end of our conversation. Don't forget, in everything, every day, it's an opportunity to reset, especially from the perspective of holistic health and Don't beat yourself up about what I didn't accomplish yesterday. Just make a new list. What I can tell you is you're alive today. Give God thanks for that. And then take baby steps. Love your body where it is. Take the baby steps to get it to where you would like it to be. And always remember, it's all about living, about loving, and absolutely about thriving. God bless. Peace.